trying something new again today. So I made this Santa belt, like the middle portion. This is just the square mold from Brambleberry. You can also find it on Amazon. But I took that mold, then I made disc basically to make the sides or the outside of the belt. I extruded that and then I put it around the square so that I have the middle part of, sorry, this is sketched on a paper towel because that's what I had available, but that's this portion here. So that's that center portion. Then I created scrapers, basically scrape out the black. I'll put the embed right in there, right? And then pour black and scrape that out and then pour red over the rest. So I'm hoping it will look like basically Santa's belt. We'll see. I'm not sure. I'm hoping it works. Then, how cute are those? They say ho ho ho. I found this mold and I made these little Santa footprints. So I'm thinking I'm gonna put those just on top because I really like them. So that's the plan for today. We'll see how well it works. Fingers crossed. I hope it does. I really wanted to because I think it will be really cute. I did make a Santa belt soap like this ages ago, before I ever got into soap dough, so probably 5 or 6 years ago. It wasn't nearly as precise as this. I didn't have scrapers. I kind of poured and cut out the whole it was complicated. It was before I even started my YouTube channel. So I'm hoping that my skills have advanced and that this turns out much better. Anyways, I'm gonna go prep the soap and then we'll see what happens. This soap was a headache, so that's my own fault, and I didn't realize it until last night why I was having such an issue. So the fragrance that I chose I hadn't used before but was supposed to accelerate. I was like, great, just what I need. Well, I poured, even after stick blending it a whole lot because it wasn't really getting thick. And it just would not set up. And I was like, what the heck? This is supposed to accelerate. But it wouldn't. I mean, I waited forever. Finally, after about 45 minutes, I just gave up and I poured it. And it's not perfect, I know, because the belt sunk down. It is what it is. But I was like, what the heck? So last night, as I'm going over the next soaps to make and which fragrances I'm going to use, I realized I used Sparkling Snow for this soap. I have another fragrance from Brambleberry called Sparkling Snow Drop, and that's the one that accelerates, and that's the one I was supposed to use. I know, I failed. Totally and completely just failed on that one. So that's why this wasn't setting up. I mean, that said, that's not that bad. So when I put this in, it sunk, which made, the problem is then when I poured this black layer, my scraper, it was like this had sunk too low and my scraper couldn't actually get down and do the job. So I didn't scrape this top part, and you can see because this sunk, it pulled that straight line down a little bit. Not the end of the world. I know, I'm being really nitpicky. Isn't that boot adorable? But I was so frustrated at the time, and I'm frustrated that this is not the neat, clean lines that I was going for. But it still looks like Santa's belt, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with it, other than my perfectionist tendencies coming out. This embed actually worked really well, like in assembling it. So yeah, it could be worse. But like I said, I'm just annoyed that I planned it so I could get super straight lines for the belt, and that didn't happen. It's fine. It's not the end of the world. You know, you work so hard at stuff, and then it doesn't come out perfect. See, the end pieces I think sunk a little bit more, but you can see how it just pulled the red down, right? And so the black filled that in, and then this black, it's not quite centered because this piece sunk down. It's okay. It's fine. I still like it, even if the belt's not perfect. And the top piece is just adorable. So, you know, that's a win. Let me know what you think. First new holiday soap done. I've actually got about, I think 100 pounds of holiday soaps already made. I start with the ones that I do every year that I restock, so they're not new, so I don't make videos of them. So this is the official first new design of the season. Though I don't know if this video will be first. Like I always say, it kind of depends on just scheduling and when I edit videos and all of that. So there you go. Let me know what you think.